There we go. That's me live. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, I'm glad to see you. It's been a rough few days for me. In fact, it's been a rough couple of weeks for me, truth be told. I'm going to get into it all though, but let me just get the chat now up first. And of course, my flavouring, get my flavouring. Yep, get my flavouring. Yeah, oh, there we go. Flavouring. Right. Live chat. There we go. Got yous. Good afternoon, lovely Phoenix. Good afternoon. Rimara, I hope I'm saying your name right. Good afternoon to you. If I've mispronounced your name, I'm so sorry. Because you know what I'm like. I'm not a very good reader. See, I make up for it with art and things like that. See my stupidity? I make it up with other things. Clara, good morning in beautiful Texas, where I would love to go one day. Johnson Space Centre, I need to go there one day. Houston, there'll be a problem when I arrive. But it's that Scottish lassie that keeps applying to be an astronaut. That'll be me. That'll be me. Oh. Now, I'm going to tell you this whole story about what happened to me yesterday. And I'm not going to cry because I've done enough crying over the past week to last me a good few months now. I've been crying a lot. So, first of all, let me just get my wee fold. Where's my wee thing? So I need to say thank you to some people and that stuff like that. Let me do this just now. Let me do this. Okay, I'd like to say thank you to some people that are in my wee club. There's my lovely cousin. There's my beautiful cousin. I hope you're doing good, my lovely cousin. Oh, thank you, Kindle. Thank you so much for saying that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Sonia, happy Saturday to you. Right, let me just do this because I'll end up forgetting, and I've got to do this. This is to the people that are in my wee club. The more people, the more naughty emojis I can make. Anyway, I'd like to start off by thanking Caitlin and Charlene. They give me a little donation every month via PayPal. So thank you, girls, for that. That's very kind of you. And I'd like to say thank you to lovely Vera. Thank you, my Vera. Lisa in Canada, thank you so much. It's Sassy and Sweet. Thank you, Sassy and Sweet. Mystical, thank you, gorgeous Mystical. Peggy Sue, thank you very much, Peggy. Jenny Jones, my gorgeous Jenny that comes in. Thank you, my Jenny. Celia, thank you so much. Lovely M, thank you, M. Keely, thank you so much, my sweet Keely. Stacey, the Sparkling Star, thank you very much, Stacey. Angela, thank you very, very much. Lydia, thank you so much. Joyce, thank you, my beautiful Joyce. Phoenix, there's my Phoenix, gorgeous Phoenix. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Sloth Queen, thank you very much. Ralph, thank you, my Ralph. And Christy, thank you so much for being in my little club. Thank you, everyone, for that. That's very much appreciated to you all. There's my Alina, and there's my Sky. Good afternoon. Marshall, there's my beautiful lady in Vegas. I'm going to give you a wolf whistle as well, Marshall. In fact, I'll need to give Heather one. There, Heather got one too. Falcon. Good afternoon to you. Muffin, good afternoon, Muffin. Good afternoon. Harriet, good afternoon. For Art Diaries, good afternoon to you. Honey, good afternoon, lovely Honey. Phoenix, my beautiful Phoenix. Let me see. Otter ASMR. There's my Otter. Otter does ASMR. Just wonderful. I love Otter's voice. Otter's beautiful. Thank you very much. Sophie's doing good, Otter. I'm going to see her tomorrow. In fact, I've got a bag over there. See that bag? And it's full of goodies for her. It's full of like face wipes and moisturiser and things like that. So I'm taking that up tomorrow. Thank you, sweet honey. Thank you very much. Jacqueline, there's my lovely Jacqueline, and good afternoon, Jacqueline. Good afternoon. Jenny, beautiful Jenny. I just gave you a wee shout out, Jenny, because I love you so much. I love you all. Right, I'm going to tell you what happened, and I'm not going to cry because I've done enough crying. I was crying in public. I was crying in a shopping centre. Crying. That's what I was doing. So now I was going up about my scalp and stuff like that, right? And you don't get an appointment, so I was like, while I'm at the appointment, I'm going to say about this reflux thing that's happening to me. I'm going to ask him about that while I'm in the doctor's. So me and my son go. There's my golfer girl. Good afternoon. And my foot was busted up, so I decided I was going to go in my wheelchair because my foot was actually really killing me. Busted up foot. So I thought, right, I'll go in the wheelchair. So I was in the wheelchair. Peter was there, Pierre was there, he was pushing his mum. And we were the only ones there in the surgery. So we go in the surgery and he says, right, I have to see your scalp. I said, yes, doctor. I says, if you could. I says, but there's something. I says, I almost died. And he went, hold on a minute. Are you going to ask me about other things? Right? This is where he spoke to me. And I said, yeah, I was going to speak to you. But no. Hi, sweet Laura. Hiya. He says, no. You need to phone for an appointment if you're going to ask me other things. I'm just going to have a look at your scalp today. He says, it's just a wee quick look. That's all I was. So I'm sitting there feeling terrible. And I went, okay, doctor, okay. I felt terrible, right? I felt bad. And don't forget, this is they kept me off my blood pressure tablet, right? My blood pressure tablet they hadn't gave me, and he was meant to be doing my blood pressure and all that as well, right? But I think he forgot about that. But anyway, so he looks at my scalp and he's going, right, okay. He says, well, we'll try. Have you tried this and that? I says, doctor, I says, I think I've tried everything. I says, I've tried all the. Oh, well, there's nothing we can give you. If you've tried everything, then there's nothing we can do. Right? And I was like, looking at him, like, you're not going to help me at all here. I'm just in here and you're not going to help me. He says, not unless I refer you to a dermatologist. I said, yes. I says, please. I says, if you could do that. I says, that'd be great. He says, well, I don't know if I should give you any today. I could give you this steroid stuff. He says, but since you've tried everything, I says, doctor, I says, I would try anything again. Right? I was like, and I says to him, so, well, I says, doctor, I says, you were going to do my blood pressure as well. Right. He got up and he walked out and he's in other rooms going, where's my blood pressure gauge? Where's my blood pressure? He's round all the surgeries. Where's it? I don't know what I've done with my blood pressure gauge. I don't know where it is, right? Don't know. So he comes in, he goes into his bag and he's thrashing about in his bag, pulls out a blood pressure machine, whacks it on me, right? Pumps up the thing like this. And I'm sitting and he went, oh, your blood pressure's up. Woo! My blood pressure's up after you not giving me my tablets for a week. And then all of this that's going on, right? No wonder my blood pressure was blooming up. So I said, look, doctor, I says, I'm very anxious. I says, in fact, and I'm not lying, I says, I couldn't sleep last night even thinking about coming to this appointment. Why are you like that with hospitals? Obviously, the man's never read anything to do with me, right? I says, doctor, I says, I've been in hospitals my whole life. I was a wee girl up in hospitals. And then I started to cry and I couldn't hold the cry back. Yes, Laura, that's what he was doing. He was stressed me out so much. So I started to cry and I couldn't hold it back. It was all flooding out. All these things were all flooding out. Peter, my son, he was next to me. He's rubbing my arm, going, it's all right, Mum. It's all right. You're all right, Mum. That made me worse. So I was crying my eyes out anyway, right? And he said to me, well, your blood pressure's up. He says, it could be because you've not had your tablets. Ding, 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 right? He says, or it could be the way I spoke to you when you first came in, and I apologise for that. That's so he said he apologised for his behaviour, but it was a wee bit too late. He apologised. So He says I have to go to someone to see. Eventually, I says to him, "So do I need to make an appointment at the desk so I can speak to you?" He went, "No, it's okay." He says, "Just tell me the now. Just tell me the now." Right. So I told him about the whole choking thing if I eat at night and stuff. And he says he was going to refer me to someone. Somebody's going to have a good look down here anyway, because I think we need that. But it was the most horrendous thing. Jermine, good afternoon to you. There's my lovely Moomin. Good afternoon, Moomin. Good afternoon, everybody, if I've not said good afternoon to you. So it was horrendous, right? So he gave me back my blood pressure tablets. So I got them. He says I take a thing called omeprazole. It's for acid reflux, right? He says I have to double up on the bad boys, double up on them now, right? And I was to get this ointment for my scalp. There we go. Me and my son leave the surgery. We go to the chemist that's in the middle of a shopping centre, right? And you hand in the prescription, but you've got to wait outside because of COVID. You've all got to wait outside. You can't be hanging about in the shop. So I'm outside, crying my eyes out with a handkerchief like that. Do you know the first thing I done was phoned my mum. I phoned my mum. Skyped my mum on the phone, and I'm in the shopping centre. I went, "Mum, he was mean to me. He was so mean to me, Mum." And I was bawling my eyes out, and I had the mask on. I was trying to disguise the tears. The mask was getting all wet because of all the tears and snotter. So I was like, oh, like that. So all last night I couldn't stop thinking about it. As soon as I got up this morning, I was thinking about it as well. Now I'm already anxious going to the doctor, right? As I say, I couldn't sleep the night before just knowing I had a doctor's appointment, because in my whole life, doctors have seen me, right, and then said, "Oh no, we need to keep you in." I don't know how many times that's happened. A lot. Right, I've got the fear when I go into the hospitals. I've got the fear because I think they're going to keep me in. They're going to keep me in, and so I was very, very anxious as I went in, and him to be so rude to me when I went in. I couldn't, and I said to my son, I said, "People do this to me all the time. They do it to me all the time. I don't know if it's because they see a weakness in me. Maybe they see me as weak, or maybe they see me as too nice. I don't know." But people do this to me all the time. And I try to be nice to everybody, even in, like, as I say, in supermarkets. I'll stand and talk to the checkout operator. "How's your day going?" and all that. "You're doing a great job here, by the way. Thanks very much for putting my stuff in the bag." You know, I always try and be nice, leave someone with a nice comment. And everywhere I go, there's people that really want to shit on me. That's, and I don't know why. I don't know why, because I'm not being cheeky or bad to them. I've just got the face. I've just got the face that says mug or arsehole wrote on. You know, I must have that wrote on my head or something. I don't know. There's my gold dust. Good afternoon, lovely gold dust. Good afternoon. Liv, Peter was absolutely raging. My son doesn't swear in front of me, right? Very, very seldom I've heard my son swear. And see, when I do it, it's usually when he's in there and he's got his headphones on talking to his friends, right? I hear him swear. And when we come out of the surgery, my son let off some F-bombs and some other kind of bombs my son let off. And he was absolutely raging. Listen to this man treating me like this. He did, well, that's it. He did apologise, but it was a bit too late. My blood pressure was already through the roof. My mum said maybe the man's had a bad time before you went in, but it happens to me all the time. And see, for someone that's anxious anyway, I'm thinking to myself, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. I'll suffer the pain till I die. I'm never want to go back. Quim 25 in Saudi Arabia. Good afternoon to you. It was horrible, and I'm sitting in the bloody wheelchair as well. I was in the bloody wheelchair too. So I don't know if it was like oh, here, she's getting it. See her there. I'm going to give it to her. And not in a nice way, by the way. That's not happened in a while. But Peter was absolutely raging. He was raging. And I says to him, I says, now some people would think I exaggerate when I say they're really mean to me, but he witnessed it. It was terrible. Elena, see all the doctors round about here, they're all rubbish. I'm at the best one. See if I was to change they're all the same. In fact, my mum and dad's down in Falkirk and their doctors are just as bad. So I don't know what's going on right now. Good morning, lovely Constellation. Good morning. I hate seeing the doctors. Oh, Phoenix, thank you so much. Thank you, Sky. He's been up. Peter is an angel. It really is. He's an angel. I was talking to him yesterday as well about all of this, and do you know what he'd done? See, when he was a wee boy and I was going through the whole cancer thing, he had a diary wrote with mum's blood pressure on it, and he used to make me. He used to say, "Right, mum, it's time for your mum's temperature on it," and he used to make me take my temperature every day because when I was going through chemo, they said, if my temperature was to go over 38, I was to phone the hospital right away. So my son used to make sure, and he used to help me at the toilet and everything. Elena, I've went in, he's been arguing with his wife or something, hasn't he? And then I've went in and he's thought, she's getting it. It was so bad. And even the blood, I said, you said you were going to take my, right, where's the blood pressure machine? Where's the blood pressure machine? And he's out, he's going, where is this blood pressure? I can't believe I can't find this blood pressure machine. See, by that time, my blood pressure was through the roof. Through the roof. You know what I mean? See, if somebody's got high blood pressure, you've not given them their tablets for a week, right? And then to behave like that. And even see, when I was talking about the choking thing, I was going to, if I go to sleep, I wake up and the food's coming up. And how does it work out? How does it fix itself? It was saying, and I was going, well, doesn't it really fix itself? I says, it takes about an hour for me to actually be able to breathe again. As if I'm making it up. Do you know what I said to my son? Maybe he thought I was fishing for pills. Right? Can you imagine me round the street corner going, do you want to buy a blood pressure tablet? £5 a pop. £5 for a blood pressure tablet, guys. Or an omeprazole for your stomach. Do you want an omeprazole? Do you know what I mean? Who's going to want blood pressure tablets? So there, and it was too long to write all of this in my chat and messenger and stuff like that. He's had to hear it. And the whole time I'm sitting in a bloody wheelchair, feeling as helpless as I can possibly feel. Like an arsehole. I felt like an arsehole, that's what I felt like. And then to top it off, my emotions are all over the place right now. And then sitting in the shopping centre crying. Like that in the shopping centre. Like that. Mum, on the phone to my mum. Mum, come down for Falkirk and kick their ass. Yes, Elena, I agree with you. He was a dickhead. Sorry, guys, but I don't usually swear, but he was. Definitely. Jacqueline, I don't know if the man's having a bad day or if that's just the way he is all the time, but I really don't want to see him ever again after that. Phoenix is terrible. Marco in beautiful Egypt, good afternoon to you. Yes, Sonia, see, like, I mean, I'm not telling these lies, it's a fact. Since I was 6 months old, I was only 6 months, my first taste of hospitals. And through there, it was a steady time of in and out of hospital all my life. As I said, going to school, I'm not a very good reader and I'm not very good at other things because I had a lot of time off school spending weeks in hospital. You know, and then when I came out of hospital, all my friends had moved on to other friends and I'd be sitting with no friends. And then I'd be back in hospital again, getting more tests and horrible things done to me, you know, needles up my spine and operations, bits of bone removed. All of this all happened to me, right? And I'm not on for a pity party, people to say, what shame for you. I'm just trying to tell you why I am as anxious as what I am. And then as I get older and everything, and nothing's ever worked out right for me. Nothing. And then the whole cancer thing and the boobs off, and it's just. Wait a minute here, just spam. I'm not having spam in my chat. Not having spam. Sorry, guy. Not today. Jacqueline, I was in my wheelchair too. This is it. I was in my. See, when I'm sitting in my wheelchair, I feel even more defenseless than what I do normally. But my foot was throbbing yesterday, and I don't know if when I've been swimming, I've kicked it off the wall a bit. I don't know what I've done to it, but the bone was burning yesterday, and I said to my son, rather than me walk, that's why I've got my wheelchair, because see days like that is really, really burning, and every step I put down is like flames. I use my wheelchair, and then I've not got that. I'm nice and comfortable, blah, 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 all of that. But see, when you're in a wheelchair and you're getting attacked, especially with a medical professional, it was, as I say, my son was my son, right, this isn't monetized or anything, this video. My son called him a prick. And there you go. That's what my son called him. I've never heard my son swear like that. Did I beat you? I was fast on the button. Fast on the block button. Sonia, my blood pressure. He didn't even tell me my blood pressure, and I don't even want to know. But I already knew before I even took it, my blood pressure was going to be high, because I could feel my heart beating like hell. Know how the way you feel just before you get in a fight with somebody? That was my heart. That was my heart. It was awful. And why do you not like hospitals? Why do you not? See, I thought, like, read my notes. Please, doctor, before I come in. The man knew nothing about me. He knew nothing about my history or anything like that. And I was just, he's had a fight with his wife on the phone or something like that. I went in and he thought, see her there with the blue hair in the wheelchair? She's getting it. And I took it. I didn't take it like a man because I was crying my eyes out. Yes, Felix, poor Peter. And even this morning, when Peter got up this morning, he said, Mum, I had nightmares all night. And I thought, that's because of the ordeal that we had yesterday. Because he to sit there and hear this doctor talking to his mum like that, you know. And he is very protective of me. I mean, he's my son. Do you want to come up, my sweet cousin? If anybody that's a silver or gold member as well, if he's want to come in, you can. And I forget how to do this. How the hell do I do this? I forget how to do it. I forget. Oh! Right, how do I do this? How do I do this? Oh. Right, and then what do I do? Then what do I do? How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh, listen, it's been so long. Right, you're going to just have to sit there for a second while I figure out what the hell I'm doing here. What am I up to? How can I not comment? How can I not comment? All right, I can do this. Right. Oh no, see that you need to be in the chat, don't you, for that? Oof, what am I up to? What am I up to? How can I not chat there? How can I not do that? What the hell am I doing? I don't think I can. I think I'm going to need to learn how to do it again. I think. Oh, hold on. What am I up to? No, I'm not going to. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it today. Hmm. No, that's you just pressing on people's names. How the hell can I do this? Oh no. Right, hold on. I might be able to do it this way. I might be able to do it. If you can't see me, bear with me. Right. Oh no, I'm still here. No, no, I can't do it. I can't. I forgot how to do it. sorry, Vicky. I forgot how to do it. I've not done it for a while, and I can't even chat here. How can I not even chat? How can I not even do the chatting here? How's that not working? Oh, no, remove from. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Muting myself. I don't want to be doing that either. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Banners. Brand. What the hell is all this stuff? Listen, I'm just see. No, I can't today. I'll figure it out. I'll get it done for next week. I can't today. I'm just dancing. No. I had you in the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. That's how you swear. Right, I need to leave it. Vicky, I'll figure it out for next week. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm up to, honest to God. And you know, the flavour, I'll tell you, the flavouring has helped. This is my second. I've had one already. I'm naughty, I know. See, I've done it before. I can't remember how I've done it. It's been a while. See, other YouTubers, they're like, have 20 folk on their panel and all that. No bother at all. Send us a link. Here you go. Have a link. And all the rest of it. I'm sitting here like that. What do I do? What does this button do? Crash. I know. Golfer girl, the gutter is my favourite place to go. It takes me away from everything else. In fact, coming on here and talking to you is my favourite place to go. I look forward to talking to you. Glasgow party. I can tell that. You're in the other team, aren't you? You're the other team. But listen, enjoy your party. I'm in the green corner here, Alan. But listen, enjoy your party anyway, your wee party. You deserve it after all these years. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, flavourings as well, Dance. Me and you can be on the flavourings together then. We can be doing that. Oh, listen, my cousin, if you need to talk, you can talk to me privately or even in the chat because, listen, a lot of times you've seen a lot of stuff on my mind. And when I talk to you in the chat, I've had some great advice and you have like prayed and stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm expecting deliveries. So see if the door goes. It's my delivery. For Art, thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I love your art, by the way. Your art is beautiful. Yes, Dance, let's get drunk. Let's do it. Listen, I've got the hospital to see my daughter tomorrow, so I can't be rat-arsed. We say rat. Do you say that? Do you say that over the other side of the pond? Do you say rat-arsed? We say the rat-arsed. That just means really drunk. I'm going to get rat-arsed tonight. You know, it's not like, see, my dad's family, they would never say rat-arsed. They called it tiddled. I've told you that before, and it's absolutely true. Get mortal. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that saying. I'm going to get mortal. I'm going to use that. That's stole. I'm going to use that. Oh, Reese girl. Oh, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I think I'm just going to be alone forever. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the crazy pigeon lady in the street. The crazy pigeon dog lady. That's going to be me. Kids will want to poke me with a stick and throw poo at me and stuff like that. She's a witch in that house. That's all going to happen. See, I can see my future. I keep waiting in Aquaman, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm starting to doubt it now. I'm starting to think I need to look elsewhere. Do you know what I said to my son the other day? What? What are these dating sites like the swiping thing? What's that? And my son went, "Oh, mum, you don't want to go on that." I'm like, but I don't even know what it is. But I'm thinking, is it like people like my age that are, you know, we're not straight into sex or anything like that. But want to how you getting on? What's your hobbies? Would you like doing that kind of stuff? You know what I mean? My son said, "Mum, don't be doing that." Swiping. Here, swipe, swipe, swipe. I've got 20 dates tonight. Can you imagine it? Thank you, Carly. I hope so too. But the doctor wasn't going to give me anything for my scalp, and he wasn't going to refer me for this until he went, "Well, do you want me to refer you?" I said, "Yeah, if you don't mind, I would put my mind at ease." Dance, yeah. No. Uh, yeah, listen, see, my age, listen, I don't know what to do. Right, and I've never really dated ever because I was in a marriage for over 20 years, and so I don't know what to do with myself. I'm a bit embarrassed, believe it or not. I mean, you wouldn't believe it here. See, once I get to know somebody, then I'm not embarrassed anymore. But see, if I don't know somebody, I don't know. I think I'd be awkward. I'd be one of the ones in a first date that's knocking over the bottle of wine all over the table. That kind of, oh, sorry, and I don't know what I would. I don't know how to act or what to do or anything like that. I'm like a virgin, like a virgin, swiped for the very first time, like a virgin. Screw back. See, I know. Do you know what I watched just? Oh, listen, you can find it on here. There was a Dance USA contest. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was back in the 80s, and there was a thing called Dance USA Madonna version. I sat here and loved. It was like half an hour of this, and I had to shout my son in because it was me. It was me back in the day, and it was everybody with the, you could just smell the hairspray just watching the video, on the back combing like that, and everybody dancing like Madonna, like this. It was all Madonna songs as well. I said, "Look, that's how me and your dad and that used to dance. We used to dance like that." And some people were trying their hand at voguing. It was brilliant. I'll need to watch that again. It really tickled my fancy. I don't know. It tickled somewhere. Dance. Oh, Sky. No, well, I think I have changed. Do you know how I've changed from school? Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Oh, my bloody back. Oh, my foot's away. Ouch, I'm cramp. See, that's how, see if there was ever romantic time with anyone. I imagine it to be like romantic times of the past when it was all like Mills and Boons and romance. See now, but oh, ouch! You've got your elbow in my eye. Oh, that was my bloody eye. You've knocked my eye out. You've knocked my. Just keep going. Just keep going. Cramp, cramp in my leg, cramp. I don't think it would be the way I imagine it to be in my brain. I imagine it to be like running at slow motion along a beach like that. Seeing Aquaman coming out of the ocean dripping wet. Ooh, I'll be running towards him like this. I'll be running towards him like that. My foot will get caught in something and I'll go flying down like this, break my neck on the sand like that, and have Aquaman having to phone 999 to get me an ambulance. That's what would happen. It'd be like that. And then see when I was in the ambulance, they would give me morphine and I would talk about all of yous. I've done it before. I've done it before. And we are kind of old. We are kind of old. We're getting old now. But Liv, I hope he would catch me, fling me over his shoulder. See, I'll be trying to dream about that whole scenario tonight. But who knows? My mind, I mean, I never ever thought I would have a naughty dream about Eminem. I mean, it wasn't really naughty. I kissed him in my dream. And he gave me £100, mind, to go shopping. That was very generous at Eminem. I never looked at him that way until I had that dream and I thought, hey, I'm going to need to watch 9 Mile tonight. And I did. I tried to get back to the dream. It never happened. It never does. Sky, the kind of men that are interested in me are the ones that say hello, dear. You know, they guys in my private messages. Hello, dear. And I'm like, I'm not even going to respond because I know where this is going. And then the picture of the red rose happens. And I'm like, here we go. And then a picture of a box of chocolates that have roses in them that are sparkling happens. And then see after that, it's a D pic. It's a D pic. That's at my age, that's what I get. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, stranger. Please don't show me that. I'm never going to look at it and think, oh, here, look at that. Do you know, I've told you this story, but I'll tell you that again in case you don't know. My Amanda, this was absolutely true. I was running her down to her dad's house. I'm driving the car and she went, Mum, I said, what, hen? She says, I did the worst D-pic of my life the other day, right? So here I'm already like, the worst D-pic? I says, what? How was it? Was it smaller? I mean, what was it? How was it the worst? She went, Mum, it was slimy. I said, what? And I'm driving the car going, oh, hen, that's no right. That's some kind of STD or something like that. I mean, I can't. I mean, I've seen a lot of German movies in my time, right? I'm not meaning to boast, but I have. I've never seen one that's slimy. What do you mean slimy? And she's going, well, there's no other way I can describe it. She says, and I says, and what did you say? She says, I sent a text to him saying, is that the best picture you've got? Right? And I was like, and I says, and what did he say? He said, I was driving my truck at the time on the motorway. I said, so this man is driving on the motorway 70 mile an hour in his works van and thought, I can't wait. It has to happen. I've got to do it right now. Pull it out and take pictures of it and send it to folk. Is that what's going on in our motorways? Do the police know about this? Right. So I was like, so my mind's like yours. My mind was all over the place. So as we drove into our dad's street, I said, darling, you're going to need to show me this picture. Have you still got it? She said, yes, Mum. I says, you're going to need to show me it then. You're going to need to show me it. She says, right. So I stopped the car, parked the car up, and she showed me. Now, I swear she wasn't lying. I went, oh, hen. I says, I think I had a wee bit of sick came up there in my mouth. I says, that's no right, darling. And she went, Mum, I know that. I says, darling, that's an STD or something like that. That's no right. I says, and this man's sending these out, and he's blaming it on driving on a motorway at 70 mile an hour. Ladies out there, have you ever thought to yourself, oh, I've got an emergency boob picture. I've got to do a boob picture immediately as I'm driving my car. I've got to get the boob out, get the out the side of the boob shot. Oh, thank God I had a boob emergency there. I don't live, I'm always in the gutter. Oh, dance. That's lovely. I don't know. Listen, I couldn't even, Sky, I couldn't even tell you if it was small or large. All I could tell was it was slimy. That's all. Amanda had it spot on when she said to me. But see, when somebody says that to you, I had a D pick and it was the worst ever, and it was. I was going, you're going to need to show me this, Hen. I'm going to need to see this. See if she comes in the chat or that. Ask her. It's God honest truth. I was like, you're going to need to show your mum this, I need. And I was like, oh no. Now, Liv, can you imagine that on a romantic night out? You've met this guy. You're going for a romantic meal, candlelit meal, and all the rest of it, right? And you get into the bedroom and you're hit with that. I'd be like, oh, I don't think I want that anywhere near me. That looks like it's contagious. And see if there was like you're going to need to double up on the condoms, or maybe even triple condom it, triple condom it. Oh no! And I was thinking about sexy time, not down there, but up there. Not no. That would never happen with that. There was something wrong with the boy. There was something wrong. Oh. And then I got a D pic for somebody, right? And I was like, who the hell's that sent me this D pic? And I looked them up on Facebook, and he's the same age as my son. And I was like, oh, I was just about broken. Oh, and I thought, I'm going to send. Do you know you have sent that to an old lady? Do you know I'm an old lady and you've sent me a picture like that? Disgusting. I don't want to see this thing that's the same age as my son. Look, Mikey's digging up a storm there again. Oh, Vicky, it was the most disgusting. I've never seen anything like it. Sky, I would poke it. I would get a stick and poke the thing like that. It needs to. You know how when you're a child, well, see when you're a child growing up in Glasgow back in the 70s, right? You would have a stick and it would be a poking stick, and you'd go about poking stuff like dogs, wee white jobbies, we called them, right? I don't know if you've ever seen it, but dogs in the past used to have white jobbies. And a jobbie's a poo, but in Glasgow we call it a jobbie, and I love that word. So there'd be dogs that done white jobbies, or white, or they would do a jobbie and it would turn white, but that was a poking with a stick incident. You go and poke some white jobbies and stuff like that with a stick. That guy's thing needs to be poked with a jobbie stick. He needs a good poking. That's all it needs. Nothing else. Just let me poke it, son. That's it. That needs a good poking. That it may help it. Here, it'll maybe relieve some of that slime. My God. Oh, see, that's tickled. That's tickled me. That the thought of that. Let me just poke you. Is this some kind of foreplay? Aye, son. Aye, says that's doing it for me. I'm almost there. Let me just poke a bit harder. I know. Yeah. Sky, if you're going to the moon, I'm coming with you because I'm an astronaut. I can speak astronaut language. Apollo and Saturn V. I can say things like that. I can act it. Here, that reminds me. Another true story. It was the very first time we had went to Kennedy Space Centre, right? And as I say, I'm not in no way all knowledgeable about NASA and stuff like that, but I like to learn. I like to listen to things I don't know about NASA and stuff and learn stuff. I want to information about it because I love it. So we went to NASA and there was a big sign, ask Fred anything, right? And there's this guy standing like this. Ask Fred. So obviously he's Fred. And my ex-husband said, you should go and ask him something because, you like to talk about NASA. I says, well, do you know what I've always wondered? See if there's zero gravity on the moon. How does the Apollo space the Apollo lunar module land on the moon without just floating away. Because you know how when they're out in space, everything floats, but on the moon it was staying. So that I was always like, how's that? How's that if there's zero gravity on the moon? How do things actually, like flags, how do they stick to the moon's surface and don't just float about? So he says, go and ask Frank. I mean, there you go. He's got to ask Frank this question. So I went over to this guy and I said to him in my slowest talk, because I know I talk too fast being Scottish. People don't understand what I'm saying. So I says to him, Frank, if there's zero gravity on the moon, how come the lunar module can actually land and it's not just flying away? And he was like, that's a good one, that's a good one. He's going, I don't know that one. That's a right good question you've asked there. That's a good question. I'm not really sure, but that is a good question. I came away with it like, my ex-husband, what did he say? I said, he's not got a clue, the man. I think he's a janitor. I think he's a janitor dressed up. I could have got that job. Anyway, I found out there is actually so much gravity on the moon. There's not zero gravity. There's less gravity than Earth. As in, see if you were on the moon and you were to jump dead high, you'd end up going out of the atmosphere. But it has got some gravity on the moon. So I found that out, but not for Frank. Frank was lying. Ask Frank anything. Ask Frank. Frank, am I going to be a millionaire in a few years' time? I didn't think that was a hard question. Yes, golfer girl, I know. But Frank didn't know that, and he was meant to be the NASA expert. Ask him anything. I was like, I don't think Frank's cut for this job. Ask Frank anything. I just asked Frank. Frank's going, that's a good question, that. Never thought of that question before. I just went on my merry way. I went on my merry way trying to break my hand to feel the Apollo 13 capsule. That's what I done. And jump fences. My ex-husband would have never talked to me again if I'd have done that, though. So I had to reel myself back in. Here, that's a good, I don't know if that's just a Glasgow saying or if it's a well-known saying, but see if somebody's right in your face, you say to them, reel your neck in. Reel your neck in, they say. That's a good, listen, see if somebody's annoying you tonight, just say, would you reel your neck in for a minute? Right, do that. Do that. I think you should reel your neck in there. Do it. Sky, see, that's the thing I always wondered. I was like, because people used to say there's zero gravity on the moon, right? And I always thought, that's what, if there's zero gravity, how come they can actually land on the moon? Because you would see if you were to land on the moon in a zero gravity, you'd need hooks or something to hold you down. So it was a genuine question that I was wanting answered because I didn't know. I wanted to learn. Frank, ask Frank. Frank was useless. Frank was useless. Oh, dance, that's lovely. See, I got on great with my brother now, but we didn't used to get on. See, when we were living together, like in my mum and dad's house, it was war. It was war. He was bad to me. He was nasty. He was rotten to me. But now he's great. I mean, I love him. Oh, I really do. I mean, I didn't not love him back then, but Paprika, good afternoon to you. Oh, Sky's going to be having some sexy phone time. I don't know how. I don't. So, what colour of pants have you got on? I don't know how. I'd be rubbish at it. So what do you look like right now then? Hot? Do you look a bit hot in that now? I'd be rubbish. Rubbish. All right. Oh, so you are hot. Well, I'm kind of looking a bit tired and a bit, you know, a wee bit. I'm a bit hot myself. I'm hot. I've been rubbish. Ah. That's what I've got. That's what I've got here. This is what I'm working with. This is what I'm not good at it. I'm rubbish at chatting up and stuff. So your name's Brian then. Brian. That's a nice name. I like the name Brian. I'd be rubbish. They'd be like, uh. Okay, my lovely cousin. Oh, thank you. Is that for me, Paprika? Thank you very much. I listened to you yesterday. My eyes were like dog's balls. There's see, I'm learning. It's a learning channel. My eyes were like dogs. But we don't say dog's balls. We say dog's boys. Right? That's the proper Glasgow. Ducks equals dogs. Boys equals balls. So my eyes were like dog's boys yesterday. The crying I was doing. Because the doctor was nasty to me. It was terribly nasty to me, and I was devastated that this still happens to this. Doesn't matter how old I am, I still get people being nasty to me, and I don't think I deserve it. I'm not being nasty to them. See, do you know? I wish my mum and dad would have emigrated. See, when I was young, go to Canada or the USA or something like that. Do you know? See, yesterday I actually felt like putting my toe right up. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. There was some young lads, right, while I was sitting crying, and they were doing my nut in. They were annoying me. There was a wee old lady walking along the health centre, walking along the shopping centre with a cane. A wee older lady. Yeah, wee job. I love wee jobbies. I love that word, Elena. It's a great word, jobby. Jobby's a wonderful word. And the white jobbies, the dogs. I've never seen a white jobby for a long time, but there used to be a thing back in the 70s. Anyway, this wee lady was walking along, a wee old lady. And there was all these kids, and I thought, see if they were my bloody kids, they'd be grounded. They were on like a skateboard apparatus, but it had like an engine or something in it, so they could spin round like really, really fast in this bloody thing. And they were nearly running the wee old lady over. The wee old lady, you could see she was kind of like this, and she was a bit frightened. You could tell she was a bit frightened. And this wee boy went, "You want a shot of my thing, old lady?" Like that. And you could see the wee old lady was like that. And I was like, the wee arsehole. Like that. And then I saw the boy went, "She's going to whack you with her cane." And I thought, my children would have never spoke to their elders in that fashion. Don't get me wrong, I did say to my children though, see if somebody was to come out and they were just playing and was being right nasty to them, we could answer back like that. But my children would have never went up to an elderly person and frightened them first, because this wee lady was frightened, you could tell, and then to give her cheek like that, I thought, that skateboard would be going in the burning fire. That skateboard would be confiscated, as we said, confiscated until they learned a way. I never ever hit my children, so it was a reward or takeaway scheme. Or you've hurt my heart. That's the way I used to do it. And it worked for me and my kids. My kids are all wonderful. Everybody says their kids are wonderful, but mine have turned out great. And it's because I reward them when they're doing good. When they're doing bad, they get things taken off them. Give me it. You'll get it back when you're good. And then with my son, all I would need to say to him was, "Mummy's sad now. You've done that, and I'm sad now. You're going to go and play in your room for 15 minutes to that was that. That was enough. That was worse than a scalp. We used to get scalped. That was just that back in Glasgow. We used to get scalped. God, we used to get scalped off the bloody teachers. I get the belt off the teacher. That horrible. I showed you a picture here. I think she'd a sick. I think she'd a sick thing about being nasty to kids. So I think it done something to her. I mean, especially, I mean, she was nasty to me, but I'll never forget that poor girl that was terrified of thunder and lightning. To this day, I still think about that when there's a thunderstorm, and every time there was lightning, she was flinching like that, and the teacher kept saying, "Stop flinching!" And every time that she'd be doing that again, and the teacher made her stand at the window with her nose touching the glass, with her eyes open like that, while the thunder and lightning storm was going on. Now that, if that's not sadistic, I don't know what, you know. That was, oh, she was, God knows why she was a teacher. Because teacher, if I was, see, I'd have liked to have been a teacher. You know, I love children, and I've got stories. I used to tell my kids stories every single night, and make up stories. I used to make up stories all the time about, especially, see that wee fairy village I've got out there. When I have grandchildren, I'm going to have stories about the fairies, all the fairies there that come alive at night time. And see, now and again there'll be a little chocolate bar or something like that. The fairies must have known that you like that chocolate. Do you like that chocolate? The fairies, you know, just a wee bit of magic in their life. I love that, like Santa, and just a wee bit of magic. Because see, when you become an adult, the shit hits the fan. So I like to give them a wee bit of magic and things like that. And they still remember it to this day. My kids, to this day, they're like, "Oh God, remember you used to tell us this and that." And see, if they didn't like their dinner, we used to give them what we call mince pies here in Scotland, right? And the girls wouldn't believe, they'd be like, "I don't want you to eat it." So I started to call them fairy pies for the girls, right? That's a fairy pie. See, if you eat that pie, you might get wings like the fairies. You might get wings and stuff. They'd eat the pie. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm munching that up." And with Peter, that's a big man's pie. That's a big. See, if you eat that pie, you become a big man like your daddy. Oh, and he would eat it. So a wee bit. I used to do things like that. It worked. It worked for me. Yeah, I love it. And Christmas was the best time ever. Well, you know what I'm like with Christmas. Christmas is my most favourite time ever. That and then Halloween. But I love Halloween as well so much. Just a wee bit of magic in their lives, a wee bit of magic in kids' lives. A lot of kids these days don't have that. I mean, they don't have a mum and I feel sorry, they don't have a mum and dad that like to do things like that, like a wee bit of special magic and stuff. And it costs nothing. I'm talking about something that doesn't even cost anything. Just wee stories about things like that. And they can go to their bed at night and dream about it and stuff. That's what I like. Yes, magic. I'm going to have a lot of magic. That wee fairy village, there's going to be a lot of magic happening when I've got grandkids. There's going to be things just appearing from nowhere from the fairies. Do you know, I'll tell you, because Pierre's not here just now, he's at his father's, right? My son's at his dad's. So I'll tell you this story that he probably wouldn't be embarrassed about, but he had this camel, was his most favourite plushy toy, and it was called Humphrey the camel, and it was a TY, right? And it was called, I've still got Humphrey. Humphrey's in my wardrobe. I'll never throw him out. So he had this. This was his favourite toy ever. Was Humphrey the camel. So at night, when I was putting him to sleep, I would, as I say, tell stories. But I'd have the camel, and the camel would going about, and there was another camel, and the camel was a girl camel, and Humphrey would going, "Hey baby, how about a kiss?" and stuff like that. And this one would go, "No," and she'd be running away like this. And Humphrey would be going, "I need a pee." And then I would lift Humphrey's back leg and he'd go tss, 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 as if he was doing a pee. And I'd be going, "Humphrey, you're very mischievous. Very mischievous," right? So this is the kind of stuff I used to make them laugh and they used to have great fun. So here, we were going into Peter's nursery one day, and it was a show and tell day, right? They could bring a toy in. So he wanted to take Humphrey in. So I'm standing, I'm talking to one of the mums, and I turned round and there's Peter with Humphrey the camel sniffing one of his teacher's asses, going like that. And I went, "Peter, stop doing that." He went, Humphrey's very mischievous mum. He was only 4-year-old. 4-year-old Humphrey's very mischievous. I'll never forget that. I went, don't be letting Humphrey do that to people. Don't be doing that. People will be like, what? Here, we need to look into this child's home life here. Camel smelling people's butts. That's a bit weird. Yeah, Humphrey's mischievous. I think, I don't know, stop it now. Not outside. That's an inside. That's for the house, that kind of stuff. It was so funny though. It was so funny. Hi, Linda. Hello, beautiful Linda. I love your name, by the way. I'm glad. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff I used to do anyway with the kids, and I miss it. I miss having all that kind of fun with the kids. Thank you, Linda. True story, but there it was. It was like that sniffing. I was like, "Oh Jesus!" I went, "Peter, stop doing that." Mum, Humphrey's mischievous. I thought 4-year-old and he can say mischievous. That's great. I should, but seeing that boy could say quantum physics before he said mum. That boy, see when he was like a wee baby, I was not his first word. He could say Dad, Sophie, Amanda, Harvey was the dog, my mum and dad. He could say that. He could say quantum physics. He could say anything. He couldn't say mum. And I'm going to say mum. And they've gone, meh. No, mum, meh. And I'll be like, that boy's never going to be able to say mum, ever. I think it was the last word he ever, as I say, quantum physics. I'm not kidding. He could say that, and he couldn't say mum. I was like to everybody, would you please start saying mum all the time? Learn this child. And then see when they do learn mum, you're like, oh, I wish they would shut up and stop shouting mum all the time. See, dance, I didn't even know I had an accent. I didn't use of all accents. I've not. See, when I hear like the American accent, and I'm like, ooh. And the Irish, Alina's accent. Alina's got a lovely accent. But me, I'm rough as a badger's ass. That's my accent. Rough as a badger's ass. Me too, Alina. I still think that, but Sky's got her Irish fella right now. And Pierre, he's doing his university. He's got his head in the books all the time, which is good. I'm glad he is. He's really studying and stuff like that. So no time for love. Whereas I have all the time in the world for love. I've just got nobody to love me. I'm a poor wee soul sitting here. Poor wee soul. Swiping left and right and stuff. I don't know what they're doing these days. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'd be rubbish at it. I don't know how to play that game. How do you play Twitter, Twinder? Tinder. I know if I'm just getting Twitter. I'm going to call it Twinder. I don't know how to play that game. Anyway. So guys, I'm going to go now. Tonight I'm going to order a Chinese meal, but I won't be eating it tonight. I'll be having it tomorrow. And I've got my Sophie tomorrow. Yes. And I'm cat sitting tomorrow night. So I've got a lot of things I've got a lot of nice things. And I need to forget about the doctor's experience. That's in the past. And just move on. That's what I need to do. So I want to thank you all for just being here, because I love you all so much. And if it wasn't for you, my Saturday would be right boring. I enjoy coming on here and spending time with you. I love spending time with you very, very much. And I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. I'm going to give you a schmackaroonie now. If you don't know what a schmackaroonie is, it's a big kiss on the lips. So, and Vicky, I'll figure out how to send links next week. I'm rubbish. So I'm going to give you a big kiss now. Bye, everybody.